everyone and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Claire and I put out videos about luxury bags and accessories, so if that is your thing then please click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell and you'll know when I upload a new video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Saint Laurent Small LouLou and the Saint Laurent Toy LouLou bag. You might think at this point, well, don't they look like the same bag? No, they are different bags. I do have them in the same colour and the same hardware, and there is a little bit of a story behind why this is the case. But the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm part of a couple of handbag Facebook groups, and I've seen quite a few posts in recent months where people have been trying to decide whether to buy the Toy LouLou or the Small LouLou, and they've been asking for advice and saying which one should I get. And so I thought a comparison video might be quite useful. And also in the past I've done a comparison video of the Toy LouLou with the Gucci Soho Disco, because there's some similarities between those two bags. And I'm looking at my video analytics. That particular video got the most number of views because I think people are really interested in comparison videos, because when you're spending a lot on designer bags you don't want to make a mistake, and you might have a couple that you're thinking about and you do really want some advice and opinions about maybe which is the better one to go and which will suit your lifestyle better. So I thought it would be useful to do the comparison between these two bags. Now, I've talked about my Toy LouLou on my channel before and I've raved about it. I do love this bag. The reason I got this bag initially is that I was influenced by a YouTuber, as many of us are, and I saw this particular YouTuber, and this was quite a long time ago now. She'd bought this bag and she was absolutely raving about it. She hadn't used it at that point. She was going on about how amazing it was, and she kept saying, oh, you can fit a ton in it, and I'm going to do a video soon and show you what you can fit in it. I saw the bag and thought I really like that. I did do some research. I looked at other YouTubers who'd got this bag and I looked at what they could fit in it and their reviews of it and that sort of thing. What I didn't do, and this is kind of a lesson for me and has been a lesson ever since, is I didn't look at what other sizes were available at the time. I just looked at the Toy LouLou. So I went ahead and bought it. When I received the Toy LouLou, I could see for myself what you could fit in. And I do have to say that that YouTuber's definition of a ton is quite different to my definition of a ton. Interestingly enough, that YouTuber never got round to doing her what fits video, because she ended up returning the Toy LouLou and purchasing the small. I then saw that it was available in this size and realised that this size was probably better for me for a day-to-day bag, would suit my lifestyle better. I could have returned my Toy LouLou, but like I said in my previous video about the Toy LouLou, I really do love it. I look at it and it makes me smile. And so I decided to keep the Toy LouLou as a mini bag, an evening bag, a bag when I really want to just pop out and not have to put very much in it, but look at the Small LouLou as a more everyday bag. Now, I have ended up with them both in the same colourway with the same hardware. I did originally order the small in the So Black colourway, so that was the black leather but with black hardware. Unfortunately that didn't really suit my style. It's quite edgy, that bag, and my style's not really edgy, so I put it on with a load of outfits and it just didn't look right, so I ended up returning that and purchasing it in the silver hardware, and the silver hardware works much better for me. I do have a preference for silver hardware, and I think often when I have a choice I do opt for the silver hardware. So let's get on with the comparison. Well, size-wise, I've got my tape measure here so I can give you an idea of the dimensions of the two bags. Now, the small is 25 centimetres in width. So along here you've got 25 centimetres. The height of the bag is 17 centimetres and the depth of the bag is 8 centimetres. So it's quite a decent sized bag. It's not, certainly not a mini bag, but it's not, you know, it's not really, really large. In comparison, across the bottom of the Toy LouLou, that measures 18 centimetres. What I've found is that many of the kind of long wallets that you can buy from the brands, different brands, tend to be about 19 or 20 centimetres. So you would find that a long wallet won't fit in this bag, but it will fit in the Small LouLou. Now the height, that's about 13.5, and the depth is about 5 to 5.5 centimetres. So that's how dimension wise it compares. From the outside they look the same apart from the strap. Now with the Toy LouLou you do have this adjustable removable strap, so it's on the clips here, and you can turn this strap into a wristlet. Now I do believe that the new design of the Toy LouLous has a different type of buckle on the strap, so I'm not sure if that means you can actually turn that into a wristlet or not, but it is still adjustable and it is still removable. Because it's removable, it's got the D-rings there, so you can attach a different type of strap. I've seen lots of people, and I have myself, attached a chain strap to the Toy LouLou just to kind of dress it up a little bit. I've got a nice silver chain strap which goes well with this bag as well. So you've got that flexibility with the strap there. It's a nice good quality leather, and the thickness of it I feel suits the size of the bag. I feel very much that when I wear the leather strap, it's quite a casual, it's a nice daytime bag, and if I want to dress it up for evening, then I pop on the chain strap. Now the Small LouLou, that's where you really have this big difference, because you have this chain strap that is non-adjustable and not detachable. It doubles up, so it goes through grommets at the top, it doubles up so that you can wear it on your shoulder like that, and it's got two leather tabs on the two chain straps, so you can wear it very comfortably. Now this is my preferred way to wear it, I have to say. Obviously what you can do is drop the strap like that, so you've got a long strap that you can wear on your shoulder, or that you can wear crossbody. I have worn this crossbody. The only thing is it is a little bit bulky, and I've got a little bit of a tummy. It hits me crossbody right on my tummy, and I feel it just kind of emphasises that tummy area and kind of just adds to the bulk of my tummy with the bulk of the bag. So if you're a bit slimmer than me, then you might find it a little bit more flattering, a little bit more comfortable crossbody, but I tend not to wear it crossbody because of that, really. I have worn it a couple of times when I really needed to be hands-free, but most of the time, say, I wear it like that. I think the chain is really lovely. I know you can't adjust it, I know it's not removable, but I think it works really well with this bag, and I'm very happy with this chain. It works well for me. A con, perhaps, on the outside of both of the bags is that neither of them have a back pocket. I don't know how useful a back pocket would be on the toy, because it would have to be a small back pocket and you probably wouldn't be able to fit much in it. I feel that a back pocket on the Small LouLou would actually be quite useful, but unfortunately they haven't gone down that route. And then neither of the bags have feet, so it is a very smooth bottom to both of the bags. Inside they are virtually identical again, with just a couple of small differences. This is the inside of the Small LouLou. Now you have a slip pocket at the back, then you have a compartment, a divider that is also a pocket and has got a zip on it, and then a front compartment. The front compartment is slightly bigger than the back compartment. So that's the inside of the Small LouLou, quite simple but compartmentalised in that way. Now again, I've heard different YouTubers with different opinions. Some of them like the compartment idea because it gives a bit more organisation to the bag. Some of them really don't. They would rather just one big space, because effectively you can fit more in if you've got the bigger space. The Toy LouLou, now I've got my stuff in the Toy LouLou at the moment because I have just been using it. The Toy LouLou is very similar in that it has a slip pocket at the back. I'll see if I can show you that. There we go. It has a slip pocket at the back. This time this slip pocket has the zip on it. Then it has a compartment and then a divider compartment. Now this divider compartment has is a pocket as well, but it doesn't have a zip on it. Now again, with the new Toy LouLous, as I understand it, that divider compartment is literally just a divider. It doesn't have a pocket capability in it. So that is something to think about. It's slightly different on the new ones. And then it has a larger front compartment again, and it has some card slots at the front as well. So it's laid out in a very similar way. Again, I quite like the fact it's got the divider because it does provide a bit more organisation in both bags. I guess it does make the Toy LouLou that little bit smaller in terms of capacity, and that's why when I compared it to the Soho Disco, I said that the Soho Disco was perhaps a little bit more functional, more usable for me, because it was one big compartment and you could fit a lot more in. But as you can see from that, I have got quite a bit in there. In terms of wear and tear, I have used this bag, this is the toy, quite a bit. There is absolutely no wear and tear on it whatsoever. There's no corner damage, there's no scratches, there's nothing. It looks brand new, it looks the same as the day I unboxed it. The Small LouLou, I have used a lot more. Now, I have been consistently using the Small LouLou for over 2 years. I would say it is probably the most used handbag that I own, and it's definitely one of my favourite handbags, if not the favourite. It's definitely up there in the top 5. So this one does have a little bit more wear and tear on it because I have used it so much. So looking at that, there is a tiny little bit of corner wear on that corner there, and I think it's a little bit similar on the other corner, maybe not quite so much. That's the 2 front corners. There's no corner wear on the back corners. There's no wear on the bottom, no scratches on the bottom. And I have put this down on a lot of different surfaces. I can't really see any scratches or wear on the front of the bag. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much. I know there's a couple of scratches on the flap. Again, I don't know if you can see them, but just a very, very minor scratches on the inside flap, just probably from my nails or from my ring. But other than that, this bag, again, looks fairly new. So it's literally just that little bit of corner wear on the one front corner. But you have to be so close up to notice it. When I got the Small LouLou, I did originally put a protector on the hardware, but it kept peeling off. It was a bit rubbish, to be honest. So I ended up taking it off. And again, there's probably some tiny little hairline scratches, but because it's quite a narrow logo, you have to be really close up to see it. And certainly, even just looking at it sort of from this distance, I can't see those scratches. And that's the same with the Toy LouLou. I don't think there's any scratches at all on the front of the Toy LouLou on the hardware. So in terms of wear and tear, I can say for my most used handbag, this has held up really, really well. I do condition it with leather conditioner every once in a while, just to keep it looking nice. The leather is very soft, it's slightly puffy, not quite as puffy as obviously the LouLou puffer bags, but the leather on both bags is calf skin. It's smooth calf skin. They've both obviously got the chevron design, and it just feels really luxurious. I'm very, very impressed with the quality of Saint Laurent bags. Again, I know not everybody likes them, but I actually feel they're good quality and they're quite subtle as well. Now, again, the jury's out on the logo. Some people say, oh, that's quite a big noticeable logo, you know, it's very YSL in your face. I personally don't think it is an in-your-face logo. I think it is quite subtle. And I've actually found over the last couple of years, I prefer to be a little bit more subtle in terms of logo. I've certainly found myself not wearing my Louis Vuitton monogram bags quite so much, and I've gravitated towards my Saint Laurent bags because I just feel that the logo is a little bit more low-key. But you know, that's just my personal opinion. As I say, I know there's some people that feel the logo still is a bit too logo-y, if that's even a word. I do really like this brand. You know, they have the same sort of attention to detail as all the luxury brands. You know, for example, on the grommets on the Small LouLou, you can see Saint Laurent Paris etched in. The closures on the bags are very substantial. I can't fault the quality at all. Now this is the Small LouLou, with the chain straps, and I've packed her up with what I would usually take out in her, because say the Small LouLou is more of an everyday bag for me. So I'll show you what fits in her and then see what would fit into the toy LouLou and what's currently in the small one that doesn't then fit in the toy. So this is fairly packed out for me. I've got my sunglasses on the top here. That's the only thing I would really put on the top of my bag. Otherwise, I don't like to pile things on top of each other. I like to be able to access everything. So I've got the sunglasses. Now, in this front compartment, I have my phone, I have a coin card case, I have a card holder, a small pack of wipes, my key case, a lip balm and a hand sanitizer. Now, just to show you, if, for example, you didn't have the two card cases, you could easily fit in a small compact wallet, so that would fit in there too. That's what I've got in the front. In the back I have my AirPods, I have a lipstick, a hand cream, I have my mini pochette and some tissues. Now again, the mini pochette fits quite comfortably, but if you didn't have quite such a large pouch as that, the smaller Chanel case is also a catch-all pouch that I would take out with me, and that fits in there as well. And again, I could pop the tissues back in. So they're those alternatives for me. So if I take out everything and show you, the tissues, hand cream, the O case, a lipstick, the AirPods, the key holder, the compact wallet, the lip balm, hand sanitizer, wipes and my phone. Oh, and in the middle compartment I had my Chanel mirror and a comb. So now the bag's empty. That's what fitted in there. Didn't have anything in the back pocket, but again, something small like the mirror would fit into the slip pocket at the back. So that was quite a lot in there. Obviously the toy LouLou is smaller, so let's see what fits in there. And I've taken the strap off just so it's not so annoying. What would I normally put in the toy LouLou? Well, it's an errand bag for me. It's the sort of bag I use when I'm running up the shops very quickly, pop into the post office, just maybe meeting someone for coffee. So in that instance, I would need to take my cards. So I'd probably take my card holder. Although the keys would fit in like that, they're not a great fit. So the keys I would probably hold in my hand or put in a pocket. I probably wouldn't take my AirPods with me, but I mean, if I did want to, they would fit in at the bottom there. Obviously, I would take my phone, so that would need to go in. I would take some hand sanitizer, but I'd probably go for a smaller hand sanitizer that fits in a bit neater like that. In the back pocket, the mini pochette definitely doesn't fit. The O case is a tight fit. I wouldn't need all this stuff that I have in here for an errand, so the O case would stay out. I'd put things in loose like this. I'd probably just put my wipes in, my hand cream, lip balm and lipstick, maybe some tissues. Probably wouldn't even put the mirror, but again, if I did want to put the mirror in, that would fit into the pocket there. Sunglasses, they just about fit. Does it shut? Ooh, it just about shuts with the sunglasses. So without the sunglasses, that shuts quite comfortably. So what is not in there that was in the small? Well, either the mini pochette or the O case, the key holder, the AirPods, and these I've just got in here. Obviously the one card holder. In the small I had two. Would squeeze in, but it is a squeeze. If I took that one out and took that one out, the wallet on its own would fit. Again, a little bit of a squeeze, but it does fit and it does close. So You can't fit the kitchen sink in there, but it does pack a punch. You can fit quite a bit in, and certainly you can fit your essentials. So there you have what fits in the 2 bags. To summarise, to give you perhaps my preference, if you haven't guessed already, my preference would be for the Small LouLou. The reason being is because it's a slightly bigger bag, and I do find that works for me as an everyday bag. I also find it works pretty well as a day to night bag. It's not too big to be a day to night bag. I have been away for weekends with my husband and taken just that bag and used it in the daytime when we've been out and about, and then used it in the evening when we've gone out for a meal or gone to an event or something, and I found that it does work for both. I have used the Toy LouLou as a day to night bag. I've used it as a crossbody with the casual leather strap, as I said before, just popping out to the post office, just popping out to the shops where I've literally just needed to take my keys and a card holder and that sort of thing. And again, I've used it in the evening with the chain strap, going to a slightly more formal occasion or something like that. So I do think they both work as day to night bags. As I said though, my preference is for the Small LouLou because it just suits my lifestyle a little bit better. I prefer a slightly larger bag on a day-to-day basis. I do have a confession to make, and this may emphasise the fact that I do love the Small LouLou, is that a little while after I bought my black one, I bought another Small LouLou in this gorgeous kind of beigey sandy colour. And I use this in sort of the more summery months. I believe the colour of this one is called Golden Sand, and it's got the silver hardware again. So that shows how much I do love this bag, that I actually bought it twice. Again, there's been price increases. I bought all of these bags over 2 years ago, so they were at a much lower price point than they are now. I did get a discount on all of these bags. I bought the Toy LouLou from Flannels and had a 10% discount. I bought the small black LouLou via Farfetch, and I think I had a 10 or 15% discount. And I bought my nice beigey LouLou from My Teresa, and that was when it was spend so much, get so much off, and I got over £200 off of this bag. So I definitely got good deals on the 3 bags. They have all sadly increased quite substantially in price since, but I do think you can still get discounts on these bags. Farfetch are still doing discounts on Saint Laurent bags, which is, you know, good news. I do see quite a few YouTubers who have one of these bags, and then when they get the other one they sell the first one. So quite a few of them I've seen have had the small, decided it's not for them, bought the toy and sold the small, and vice versa. I decided to keep all of mine because they all have a place and they have a use for me. I think they're both great bags. I think if you are having to decide between one or the other, you have to look at your lifestyle. If you need a bag that you just pop the minimal amount of items in and you just want to wear it casually, crossbody, if you want to have the flexibility in that you can remove the strap, you can put a different type of strap on it, then the toy is a great bag to go for. If you're not worried about the flexibility of the strap, you don't need to remove it, you don't need to adjust it, and you want a slightly bigger bag that you can get a little bit more in, then obviously the small is the one to go for if you're choosing between them. Price wise, obviously the toy is cheaper, so if you're on a budget, the toy is, even though it has increased in price, it's still a good value bag for a luxury bag. If your budget can stretch a bit higher and you do want the slightly larger bag, then again the small. All these bags are usually available in black, black and silver, black and gold. They're usually available all the time in some neutral colours, and then they have seasonal colours. I do believe this was a seasonal colour, but they do have other seasonal colours now that are very similar to this. There is a dark beige which is similar to this. There is another kind of sandy colour that is similar to this. They're just called different names, so you have to kind of go online and have a look. It can be a bit confusing because sometimes one colour on YSL's website will look different on, say, Farfetch's website, and it actually is the same colour. But usually colours have codes, so if you go to the Saint Laurent website you will see the colour has a particular code. So if you're then looking at it on a third-party website, on say Farfetch or My Teresa, you can check the code and you'll be able to see if it is in fact the same colour or if it is a different colour. And obviously those websites do have very good return policies, so if you weren't happy with the colour when it arrived, you could return. And you know, the best thing if you want to go is to go to a Saint Laurent boutique if you're near one and actually look at the colours. Saint Laurent are at Bicester Village, but I don't think they ever put the LouLous at Bicester Village because it is one of their classic top-selling bags. I actually thought when I got this one out that it might be a better one to show you the comparison of size, because obviously you haven't got the same colours, so you can get a better idea of how the two bags compare size-wise. So I hope that can also help you see the slight differences in the sizes as well. So that's my comparison of a couple of my absolute all-time favourite bags. I really hope that's helped. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I really look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye everyone.